what sense is the wisdom of God made known through the church? In Ephesians chapter 3, verse 10, Paul gives us a breathtaking glimpse into the cosmic purpose of the church. He writes, "To the intent that now the manifold wisdom of God might be made known by the church to the principalities and powers in the heavenly places." That single verse opens a vast and mysterious window into the unseen realm. Through the church, a very human institution filled with flawed, forgiven people, God reveals his divine wisdom not just to mankind, but to heavenly beings. But who exactly are these principalities and powers, and how does the church make God's wisdom known to them? Scholars have long wrestled with these questions. Some, like John Locke, thought Paul was referring to Jewish leaders. Others, like James McKnight and Calvin, believed these were angelic beings in heaven, possibly of varying ranks and roles. Still others, like A.T. Robertson, took them to mean fallen angels, spiritual enemies who oppose God's work. And indeed, Paul's own letter to the Ephesians gives us a clue that evil powers are included. In chapter 6, he reminds believers that our true battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Ephesians 6:12 ASV. So we are not talking about mere ideas or abstract forces. These principalities and powers are spiritual beings, both faithful and fallen, who watch with great interest as God's eternal plan unfolds. In 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 12, we are told that even angels desire to look into the mystery of the gospel. Job chapter 1 shows that Satan and his hosts have some measure of access to both the earthly and heavenly realms and are certainly not ignorant of God's redemptive work. Revelation chapter 20 makes it clear that this access has been restricted, but not entirely removed. And here's the astonishing thing. It is through the church, not through angelic proclamations or mighty signs in the sky, that God showcases his multifaceted wisdom. The word manifold in Ephesians chapter 3 verse 10 means variegated, richly layered, like a diamond with countless faces that catch and reflect light in every direction. Each time a soul is saved, each time the gospel is preached, each time grace triumphs over sin and reconciliation replaces division, the church is declaring something profound, not just to the world, but to all of creation. What does that wisdom look like? It looks like a kingdom not of this world, built not on power or wealth, but on sacrifice. It looks like a covenant that reaches across all the boundaries men have ever drawn: race, class, gender, nation. In Christ there is neither Jew nor Gentile, bond nor free, male nor female, all are one. It looks like sinners reconciled to a holy God through the blood of his Son and to each other through a shared spiritual birth. This is not an abstract theory. It is a living truth embodied in the church. A people once lost, now found. Once enemies, now family. Once broken, now being built into a temple for the living God. As Paul says elsewhere, we are being built together for a habitation of God in the Spirit. Ephesians 2:22. And all of this, every soul added, every life transformed, every sermon preached, every act of love given in Jesus' name, declares to all orders of heavenly beings that God's plan is not only wise, but beautiful beyond comprehension. Even the forces of darkness, in their rebellion, are made to witness the triumph of the cross and the glory of the church. So when Paul says that the wisdom of God is made known through the church, he is not exaggerating. He is unveiling a mystery. The church is not a footnote in God's plan. It is the very stage upon which the wisdom of God is displayed, not just to us, but to the watching hosts of heaven.